what the insights we've looked at show is, well, it's often not about luck or the universe playing hard to get.
Okay.
The real issue, the sort of fundamental mistake many people don't even know they're making, is simply...
Have you ever felt like you're doing all the right things? You know, setting intentions, visualizing, the affirmations. But the big results, the breakthroughs, they just aren't showing up.
What the insights we've looked at show is, well, it's often not about luck or the universe playing hard to get.
Okay.
The real issue, the sort of fundamental mistake many people don't even know they're making, is simply acting without clear intention.
Acting without intention. Okay. And we're not just talking about huge life decisions here, are we?
Not at all.
Our research points out that every single action, like from sending a quick email to even just sipping your coffee, it's either consciously or unconsciously pulling you towards abundance or kind of pushing it away.
Yeah.
Every little thing adds up.
So this deep dive, it isn't about adding more stuff to your plate. I mean, who needs more to do, right?
Certainly not.
It's about being more intentional with the things you're already doing.
Precisely. And that's the key to transforming your everyday experience. Today, we want to show you how to make that shift. How to go from, passively getting random results
That hamster wheel?
to purposefully creating the reality you actually want. So first, we'll unpack why unconscious actions often lead to those, frustrating outcomes.
Right.
Then we'll get into the science behind intention, and it's pretty surprising stuff connecting quantum physics concepts and practical neuroscience.
Okay, quantum physics and neuroscience. Got it. And we're not just leaving you with theory.
Right.
Absolutely not. We'll share a simple but really powerful framework, something you can start using literally today to shift things.
Fantastic. A real tool for your life. Okay, so let's get into this hamster wheel of randomness. How does it actually show up in our day-to-day?
Well, think about your routine. How much of it is just reactive?
Like waking up and instantly grabbing your phone before you're even fully awake.
That's a perfect example. Or an email pops up and bam, you reply instantly. Maybe without even thinking, what do I really want to achieve with this reply?
Or scrolling social media.
Yes.
Posting something just because.
Without a clear why behind it.
Exactly. Those are classic examples of what we mean by actions leading to unintentional outcomes. It's like a ship with no rudder.
Just drifting.
Just drifting, waiting for the currents, the external stuff, to push it around instead of deliberately setting a course. And that lack of clear intent is what our sources pinpoint as the core manifestation mistake.
Okay. And this is where that contrast comes in, right? With
Yeah.
what the research calls a millionaire's mindset. Yes. A stark contrast. People who consistently get big results, they don't just wait for those currents. They chart their own course. Very deliberately.
They're not just reacting, they're intentionally creating.
Right. And for them, intention isn't just a passing thought. It's more like a hierarchical framework,
Hierarchical. How so?
meaning every small decision, that email, that coffee, it's consciously checked against their bigger goals, their overarching purpose.
So they're always asking, does this tiny action serve my main intention?
Pretty much, yes. It ensures everything lines up, pushing them towards that larger vision, not just scattering energy randomly.
That makes sense. It highlights how much we can just operate on autopilot, just responding instead of leading with purpose.
It's a conditioned response for many of us.
Yeah.
But this deep intentionality, it's not just a personality trait. It's a practiced habit, a skill they develop.
And I think for some people, that idea of intention can still feel a bit abstract, maybe even a little woo-woo.
I get that.
But what's fascinating in the material we reviewed is that there's real science here. It's not just wishful thinking. We're talking quantum physics analogies and solid neuroscience.
Absolutely. It's where these seemingly very different fields actually overlap to explain why intention is so powerful. Should we start with the quantum side?
Let's do it. The observer effect, right?
Yes. So modern physics often talks about the universe at its most fundamental level, not as fixed things, but as pure potentiality, energy, and probability.
All right, field of possibilities.
Exactly. And the observer effect, in simple terms, suggests that the act of observing or measuring a quantum system, well, it influences it. It collapses all those infinite possibilities down into one single actual reality.
Okay, hold on. So how does that quantum idea relate to, me sending an email? Are my thoughts changing particles?
Small chuckle. Okay, good question. Let's be super clear. We're using this as a powerful analogy, a mental model. Not saying your thoughts are directly manipulating subatomic stuff in your keyboard.
Got it. Analogy.
Right. But the model is useful. Think of your attention, your focus, like that observer. When you act unconsciously, you're sort of unconsciously observing.
Passively.
And if you're passively observing this field of potential,
You're essentially collapsing random possibilities into your reality
yeah,
because your focus isn't directed. But when you act with clear, conscious intention,
then you're deliberately focusing your energy.
precisely, you're directing your attention to collapse the specific reality you want to create. Your intention becomes a directing force. Again, it's about how our brain focuses and interprets a biophysical mechanism that mirrors this quantum principle of observation shaping reality.
Wow, okay. That's a pretty mind-bending way to think
I know.
about just living your day.
It is, isn't it?
So beyond the quantum analogy, what about our biology, our brains? How does intention work there?
Right. This brings us nicely to neuroscience,
Mm.
and specifically to something called the Reticular Activating System, the RAS.
The RAS. Okay, what does that do?
Think of it as your brain's built-in filter or maybe like a bouncer at a club.
It's a network of neurons in your brainstem, and its job is to sort through the millions, literally millions, of bits of sensory information hitting you every second. It decides what's important enough to actually reach your conscious awareness.
So it stops us getting totally overwhelmed, but it also guides what we actually notice.
Exactly. And here's the cool part. When you set a clear intention, you're effectively programming your RAS. You're telling it, hey, pay attention to this kind of stuff. And once it's programmed, your RAS starts actively scanning your environment, looking for opportunities, people, information, anything that aligns with that intention you set. It literally highlights what you decided matters.
Okay, so that's why when you buy a new car, let's say a blue SUV, suddenly you see blue SUVs absolutely everywhere.
That's the RAS in action.
Yeah.
Perfectly. It's not that there are suddenly more blue SUVs on the road.
Right.
It's that your brain is now primed, it's filtered, to notice them because buying one made them important to you.
Okay, so if I'm seeing flashy sports cars everywhere, does that mean my subconscious wants a midlife crisis?
Yeah, it chuckles. Well, it definitely means your RAS is working. But yes, that car example is spot on. And this isn't just, folk wisdom.
There's research.
Yeah, the material pointed to a 2013 study, I think it was in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience, by Dr. Cian Beilock. It showed how training, based on intention, could seriously improve focus and how well people perform tasks.
So you're priming your brain.
Exactly. Applying that same principle. You prime your brain with the intention for, say, abundance, and your RAS starts seeking out things that match. It makes you notice opportunities you might have just overlooked before.
Understanding the science is one thing, but seeing it play out is another. The material we looked at had this really powerful personal story.
The one about feeling stuck despite working hard.
Yeah, exactly that. This person was putting in all the hours, doing everything they thought they should, but the money, the growth just wasn't happening. Classic hamster wheel feeling. I remember feeling like that myself once. It just scattered effort, getting nowhere fast.
Right. And the key was, it wasn't about lack of effort. It was something internal, an unconscious conflict, kind of sabotaging the conscious goals.
So the turning point came when they really dug deep, asked something like, what limiting beliefs am I ready to let go of about money and wealth?
And the answer wasn't obvious, so they used a tool for insight, drawing a tarot card. And the card was the Lovers.
Which most people think is just about romance, right?
Usually, yeah. But its deeper meaning is really about alignment. Making choices that line up with your core values. Harmony within yourself.
So in this case, it was a sign that their actions, their work, wasn't aligned with what really mattered to them deep down.
Exactly. The realization was they held these unconscious beliefs like, you have to hustle and grind like crazy to be successful. But their true self actually craved freedom, ease, maybe joy in the process.
So the actions were driven by the shoulds, the grind belief, not the desire for ease. That conflict was the sticking point.
Precisely. The conscious mind wanted growth, but the subconscious programming about how wealth is made was pushing back, creating that friction, that spinning wheel sensation. The card just brought that conflict to light.
So what did they change?
They made a conscious choice to realign. Every single time they started work, they'd actually state their intention. Something like, my intention for this session is to create something that feels like play, attracts amazing people, and brings joyful abundance.
Wow. Not just a wish, but a deliberate programming statement.
Exactly. Aligning the action with the deeper value of joyful creation. And the result?
Things shifted.
Almost immediately. The energy changed, the experience changed from struggle to flow, and the desired results started appearing. It just shows that micro shift in focus, applied consistently.
Can lead to macro results. That's really powerful.
The power of directed volitional energy.
Okay, so everyone listening is probably thinking, great story, but how do I do that? How can I apply this right now?
And that's where this simple practice comes in. The sources call it the micro-intention framework.
Micro-intention framework. I like it. Simple.
It's designed to be super easy to weave into your day, no big complicated rituals needed, just infusing intention into what you're already doing.
Okay, break it down for us. 3 steps.
Three simple steps. Step 1, before any action, and we mean basically anything, opening your laptop, making that call, even just heading out for a walk, pause. Just pause for, say, 3 seconds.
3 seconds. Okay. Doesn't sound too hard.
Step 2, quiet your mind for that brief moment. Take a breath and ask yourself, what is my intention for this action? What do you actually want to create or achieve with this specific thing?
Get clear on the why for that specific moment.
Exactly. And step 3, state that intention clearly. You can say it in your head, or if you're alone, say it out loud.
And you gave some examples earlier, right?
Yeah, like, my intention for this email is to build a genuine connection. Or, my intention for this workout is to feel strong and energized. Or maybe, my intention for this meeting is to find a win-win outcome.
So those 3 seconds, that pause and statement, that's the control lever.
That's the game changer. In those few seconds, you shift from autopilot reaction to conscious creation. You're literally telling your brain, your RAS, what to focus on, what outcome to align with.
You go from being a passenger, just reacting to stuff,
to being the deliberate driver, the conscious creator of your experience. You're using your internal compass, not just being pushed by external waves.
And this isn't just about one email or one workout, is it? The sources really stress this is bigger.
Oh, much bigger. It's about starting an entire identity shift.
Yeah.
You stop being the person who just hopes good things happen, who waits for luck or for circumstances to magically line up.
And you become
the person who makes things happen on purpose, with clarity, with intent. Think about that. Your intention is actively directing your reality.
That fundamentally changes how you approach everything, your actions, your results.
You become the architect of your day, designing it intentionally, not just reacting to whatever comes along.
Okay, so homework time. A challenge for everyone listening.
Let's do it.
Try this micro-intention framework for the next 7 days. Just commit to that. And start small. Seriously small.
Yeah, don't try to overhaul everything at once.
And maybe just set the intention for your first cup of coffee tomorrow morning. Or the very first email you open. Pick one unintentional habit you have right now and just bring that pause, that clear intention to it.
See what happens. Notice the shifts. By doing this, you start rewiring your brain, literally reshaping your reality, one tiny conscious action at a time.
It sounds simple, but it's a path to really taking control, moving from just hoping for abundance to actually attracting it naturally.
Self-mastery through micro actions.
So remember, this simple shift, this 3-second pause, it's the first step towards a massive identity change. It's that moment you stop just hoping for abundance and you start living like it's already here.
Go out there and create your reality.
One micro intention at a time.